Generally, I had an idea that I was actually calling her. She came over to me, or anytime she saw me, anytime she saw me walking up, she'd come over to the fence. Anytime she saw me come up, anytime she see me walking up, she's coming up the Bradford yard. Anytime she saw me, she'd be over at the fence. She literally loved me. She literally loved me. She always seemed to come over to me. Anytime she saw me, she'd be over the fence like a flash. She'd be over at the fence like a flash. Anytime she see me, and she stayed with me the whole time. She literally stayed with me the whole time, and she would never leave me at all. She never leave me at all. She stayed with me the whole time. You know, she literally loved me, and you know, I was able to whisper her and chat to her, and just had lovely intimate moments with her, great chats with her. Orange, her name was pronounced Always Light. We were met up with the staff there, and around, you see, at the end of the mating season, towards the summertime, and she's coming in with her food. I think it was about June, around the 16th of June, around that time. She's bringing in her food, and she said she's going home soon the next few weeks, back to Galway. And we asked her, how do you pronounce her name? You know, because the spelling was very unusual, because we kept saying Auris Liqueur, and she said no, it's pronounced Auris Light, as in light, like Light, and he just says yes. So, oh, so that's spelled Auris Liqueur, and she said, oh, you can spell it. You can say it either way. She said you can say it either way, but it's pronounced Auris Light. So, but she actually was beautiful mare, and she's a gorgeous mare. So gorgeous mare, and I actually do miss her, and she hasn't come back since. So I don't think she's gonna come back again. But I do miss her. But I have gorgeous memories of her on video. I have her on video now. I got nice memories of her on video. And so this next one also that was in the Blanford yard, her name is Orchid for Alison, an unusual name, Orchid for Alison, but she's also a lovely mare. She's also very sociable too, very, very sociable. She's just as like Moore's Light, very, very friendly, down to earth, and she was always very willing to say hello, and she stayed with me the whole time. And we had lovely chats with her, and I got some photographs with her as well. Lovely, lovely, lovely mare. Lovely time with her as well. So, and there's another mare now that she's down at the main stud, or you know, from the main stud. Her name is Olga Pregressa, and she was at the breeder stock sale, same sale that Grand Debut was at, I think, and that was she was due to go on sale, but she was thankfully withdrawn. Thankfully, she was withdrawn. She was withdrawn from the sale. She didn't make it on the ring, so thank God. And she was saved, and she didn't go on sale. She wasn't sold, so I was relieved. I was actually relieved. So I was actually relieved that she wasn't sold. So she's back at the stud, last year, and I'm very glad to see that she's back. And my very first interactions with her was actually in Goffs. I knew her from 2017. I always seen her in the field, like, you know, but I never had any close interactions with her. I never had any close interactions with her. I seen her in the field, but I knew her, and I saw her in the golf sale in 2019. In golf 2019, I saw her in the golf sale in 2019, but thankfully she wasn't sold. She didn't get through. She didn't get on the ring. She was withdrawn. But then thankfully she's back at the stud last year. I had lovely interactions with her. So the stud was my second time. So the second time second time getting interactions with her. So the stud. So last year was my second time. Was my first time at the stud getting interactions with her. With the stud. Last year was my first time getting interactions with her in the stud. I didn't have any interaction with her in the stud before that. So last year was my first time getting interaction with her in the stud, because before that I didn't get any interactions with her in the stud at all before. So the first time in the stud last year I got interactions with her, and my first interactions before that was in Goss. So I've only got interactions with her in the stud for the first time last year, and but I knew her. I seen her around from 2017. But she's a lovely mare, Olga Pregressa. She's Pregressa sounds like a real Russian name. Kind of sounds like a real Russian name. I love lovely times with her. I was feeding the horses carrots. I'm starting to feed the horses carrots, and they enjoy it. Like, it's the only way they come over to the fence generally is when I feed them carrots. They seem to enjoy it. Now, Oakley Girl, just another mare that I love now. Oakley Girl, she's a beautiful mare now. She's a gorgeous mare now. She wasn't at the stud last year now. I knew her. She was there 2 years ago, 2019. She was there 2019. That's the last I saw her. It was in 2019. I saw her in the nurseries. First time in nurseries, then I saw her again, and then I saw her again later on in surgery 1. Not surgery 1. I saw her in nursery 4. The nursery 4, which is the other side, is the back, it's the other side you go the other side to the back of the nursery 3. You go to the back of nursery 3. You go to the other side. You go through the shed. You go through the shed. You go to the other side too. And you go through the shed. It leads you to the back of nursery 3. Leads you to the back of nursery 3, and it's opposite nursery 3. It's opposite the back of nursery 3 is nursery 4. And then it's the other side of. Then it's the other side of. Then it's the other side of the other side of surgery 1. There's the other side of surgery 1 is nursery 4, and there's the back of nursery 3. As you go through the shed. So you go through the shed, and it's the only way you can get access to. It's the only way you can get access to nursery 4 if you go through the shed. So she was in nursery 4, and this was the second time I saw her there was in nursery 4, and before that I saw her in nursery 1. And she's a lovely mare, Oakley Girl. She's a beautiful mare, and she's a lovely mare, gorgeous mare. So she's not lovely mare. She's a gorgeous mare, Oakley Girl. It's nice. It's actually a nice name too. So I didn't really that much association with her now. She's a lovely mare, Oakley Girl. So go to the key now. There's a mare here now that unfortunately is gone too, who I only met in 2017. Her name's Powder Mill, and I was very, very friendly with Powder Mill, very fond of Powder Mill, and I'm gutted that she's gone now. Very, very friendly with Powder Mill. I was asking about her a few times. I was asking about her in 2008 and 2019, and the staff never heard of her. Well, I never heard of her. I don't know her. I never heard of Powder Mill. I don't know Powder Mill. And staff working there, I never heard of her. And she's actually a mare that used to be there. She's a mare that used to be at the stud, and they never heard of her. She's actually there, and she was a mare that was in the stud, and they never heard of her. Couldn't believe that they never heard of her, and she was actually a mare that was in the stud. But Powder Mill, yeah, she had a foal that year with Lash of Thunder. I nearly forgot the name again. And Lash of Thunder was the name of the stallion that she had a foal with that year. And Lash of Thunder, which I believe is the son of Jabawi, as well. So, but so Powder Mill, that's the only year that I knew her was in 2017, and I was asking about her in 2008 and 2019, and staff never heard of her. I was just quite surprised by it, because she was a mare that used to be at the stud. She was actually in the stud, and the staff never heard of her. I couldn't believe that they never heard of her, and she was actually in the stud. You know, she's actually in the stud, like, you know, in 2017, they never heard of her. So there's another mare here now. She's got a big history. She's a big champion hurdler, this mare, champion hurdler. And her name is Crevega. Crevega is her name. She's a champion hurdler now. She won Cheltenham. She won the same race in Cheltenham 6 years in a row. 6 years in a row, which was the Mare's Hurdle. I think it was the Mare's Hurdle, a maiden race. I think it's the Mare's Hurdle race. I think Mare's maiden race. Mare's maiden hurdle race. I think Mare's race. It was the Mare's race. Mare's Hurdle, I think, something like that. And she won it 6 years in a row, in Cheltenham. And her name's Crevega. And she's a French mare as well, and she's in the stud. She's in the stud since 2017, or 2017. Sorry, and yours since 2017. but she's in studs in 2015. She's been in studs since 2015, but I only got introduced in 2017. And she'll be 17 this year. Would you believe it? 17 this year. She's going to be 17 this year. It's hard to believe it. She doesn't even look it. She's magnificent. And she's an amazing mare. She's a gorgeous mare. And but she's probably in stud again this year. Probably is. But I do miss her loads. And she's a gorgeous mare, Corvega, and she's a real champion. She's a true champion mare. And I was asking some tourists if they ever heard of her. And a few of them have, and a few of them haven't. There's a few of them have, and a few of them haven't heard of her. And there's actually a tourist that introduced us to her. Because there was a tourist, I think, in 2017, and we met, and Corvega happened to be in the field at the time, and she said she actually knew, but she actually pointed Corvega to us. She knows that she's a champion hurdler, and I said, "Oh, what's her name?" Corvega. Oh, Corvega, she's a champion hurdler, and she says, "Yeah, she's a champion hurdler, and she won Cheltenham 6 years running." Oh my God, Jesus, I didn't know that. She said, "So we have a hurdler, you have a mare, we have a champion hurdler in a mare, we have a mare hurdler. We have a hurdler in one of the mares." Oh, my goodness me, couldn't believe it. We have a mare hurdler in the stud, champion hurdler in the mare. So it was actually amazing. I couldn't believe it. I was actually amazed. Both me and Liam were absolutely amazed that we had a champion hurdler in a mare at the stud at Corvega, and got something unbelievable. I just couldn't believe it. I was actually blown away, by her big success in the racing career, and in her racing career. Incredible, absolutely outstanding career, and big achievement. So it's actually a true honour to have met her as well. True honour to have met Corvega. Amazing career. Now this is another mare called QB, and fortunately I didn't get to have a proper meeting with her. I saw her in the distance up in nursery. I saw her nursery 2 in the distance, and I only saw her once in the mare stables. So I didn't even have that proper interaction with her. Her name is QB, and Liam kept pronouncing her name QV. It's actually QB because there's a B in her name, not a V. It's QB, and it's an unusual name. So I knew her. I think it was 2019 that she was there. 2019. She wasn't there last year. 2019 that she was there, and it was 2019 that she was there. So 2019 she was there. So I didn't see her last year. So it was so I didn't really have that much association with Kubi, but she was a lovely mare, quite friendly. I had a little chat with her in the stable. I had a nice little chat with her in the stable, but I didn't have that association. I didn't have any association with her outside in the paddocks at all. But now Rick Rack. Rick Rack is her birthday. It's her birthday. It's her birthday today. It's her birthday today. She's 7 today. Happy birthday, Rick Rack. And I'm very friendly with Rick Rack now. She's the half sister to my friend Favonian. You know instantly that they're sisters that are totally identical to each other. They're both jet black. They're totally identical. You know instantly that they were sisters, and half sisters. I mean, but it's the same star. They both have the same star, and their star is Tilo Filo. The same star as Tilo Filo. Rick Rack and Favonian and herself, they're both half sisters, and their star is Tilo Filo. So Favonian is my good friend, as I've mentioned her yesterday to you, and so they're both half sisters. They probably have the same star, but they have different dams. I can't remember who Favonian's. So Favonian's dam is Oh God. I did know her down before. I can't remember exactly what it was now. I do. Um. Uh. Um. I do know Bavonian's dam, but I can't remember what it is. I can't remember, but I do know her dam, but I can't remember what it is. But I have to look up her details again to find out. But yeah, they're half sisters. They're probably different dams, but the same Sarah. Tila Filo. But yeah, but she's a lovely mare. And there's another mare here now. Who I have a feeling that has a bit of a dislike to me. Her name is Runaway Giant. Runaway Giant. I get a feeling that she has a bit of a dislike to me because she never really talks to me or never says hello to me at all. She never really wants to say hello. She never comes over to me or she's not willing to come over to say hello to me at all. I don't know. She never says hello to me at all. Or she never said hello to. She never came over to say hello to me at all. Or I even tried to, maybe even when I tried to be friendly with her, or tried to assure that, or tried to say to her, but I like to be a friend, or kind of not be a friend. I like us to be friends. I'd like us to get on. I'm very fond of you, and even though as much as I say to her how much I loved her and how much I'm very fond of her, and I like you very much, and quite keep saying to her how much I love you, and I think it's the fact that I said that she's a horrible name. I think she took it as took it out the wrong way. Took it out of context. I think she kind of took it out the wrong way. I think she kind of took it out the wrong way. I think she's kind of thought I was taking it as to say that I was offended, taking it as offence or something. As I was trying to hurt her feelings. And the fact was I wasn't. The fact I was trying to say it was that I was trying to say that they could have chosen a much nicer name for her because she was a lovely mare. I think she was she was more deserving of a much nicer name than Runaway Giant. I think she took it out the wrong way when I said she had a horrible name. I think that's probably one of the reasons why she doesn't say hello to me, or she's not willing to come out to say hello to me. I think that's one of the reasons why she doesn't like me. But I was trying to say hello. I tried to be friendly with her, tried to even apologise or try to explain to her that the fact I wasn't trying to hurt her feelings, but I just wasn't getting anywhere with her in that way. I don't think she didn't really understand what I was trying to say to her. I was trying to assure her that I wasn't trying to offend her. I was trying to say to her that I said, you're a lovely mare. I think you're more deserving a much nicer name. I think you deserve a much nicer name than Runaway Giant. But I don't think she kind of I think she kind of took it out of context. I think she kind of took it out the wrong way. I think she kind of thought that I was trying to hurt her feelings, but the fact was I wasn't. I tried to explain that to her, but I think she does hate me, I don't understand why, but she does hate me for some reason, or I don't know why. Now Rel Trua, now this is another mare that was sold in Goffs. Rel Trua, now she was sold at the same time as Aglaia, and Grand Tribute. Rel Trua, and my friend Sippin' Honor is also on that sale too. We'll talk about her later on. Now Rel Trua, unfortunately, she's gone. She was a chestnut as well, and I'm gutted that she's gone now. She's a beautiful mare, Rel Trua. She's a gorgeous mare, and unfortunately she's gone. I'm gutted that she's gone now. I really love Rel Trua. She's a gorgeous mare, and very sad that she's gone now. I didn't have that much time with her at all now. I only knew her now for just 1 year. I only knew for 9 months. Just the 9 months. I think for just the 9 months. I think it was only 2019. This was the season. This I only knew for the 2019 season, and then she was gone. Then she wasn't there last year, and then that was it. And so then now I come into Rarement. Now Rarement, I know for a while now. I know this is 2018. I think 2018 to 2019, and she was in the stud again last year. And I only had a brief time with her last year because of the COVID-19. So it was nice to see her, but it was nice to see her back at the stud again. So great to see her back again. It's nice to get reunited with her again. And she's looking very well, repairment. When I first met her, so I didn't know her 2018, so it was 2019 I first got introduced to her, not 2018, apologise. 2019 I first got introduced to her. When I first saw her in the field, first I thought it was Buldara. She was very similar to Buldara, and then I got a little closer to her, and I thought, can't be Buldara because she's darker. She's a darker chestnut. See, Buldara was a lighter chestnut, and she had a spot as well like Buldara, but she's a darker chestnut. I went up to say hello, trying to say hello to her, but she kept galloping away. Anytime I tried to get closer to her, she kept galloping away. She's one of those nervous mares. She's very, very nervous. And just as the months went on and on, I tried to talk to her around and tried to calm her down and relax her, and I did a bit of horse whispering with her, did a bit of whispering with her. Some of my horse whispering, tried to calm her down and assure her everything's alright, tried to calm her, relaxed her, and talked her around, and did some whispering with her, and she eventually calmed down, and she learned to be able to. We learned to be able to trust each other. She felt that she was able to trust me, and so she felt that she was able to trust me, and she knew that I wasn't a threat to her and stuff like that. So she knew she was able to trust me, and I wasn't a threat to her and stuff. And she eased into me, she relaxed into me. Then she grew into me. Then she seemed to ease into me, and then so she kind of calmed down, relaxed a lot more, and then so she stayed with me all the time. She kept me she stayed with me a lot more, and then we had a lot of interactions. We had plenty of interactions, and we had great times together. And at the time I had long hair. At this stage I had long hair. And my hair was still long in 2019, but then I came back in last year my hair was short, and I had a different look. I was all changed and everything else. And then when I first met her, she's got back to square one again. She's back nervous again. She's back to the way she was when I first met her, 2019, back to square one. So I had to start all back to process, back to get